Hi there, my name is Bill May. I'm going to be starting this channel to talk about fitness and how I can help you get back into shape. I've had a lot of friends recently that have asked me to kind of help them and support some of the stuff they're trying to do, so I thought I would try to build a channel that would help everybody focus on getting back into shape and focus on what they want to do to feel better every day. About 2 years ago, I weighed 322 pounds. Over the last 2.5 years, I've lost about 110 pounds. I'm still in the middle of my journey. I'd still like to lose another 25 or 30 pounds. I'm going to be 47 years old soon, and it's been a challenge. It's been a lot of things going on, and what I wanted to do was just take a couple of minutes to try to help some other people get healthy too. I am not a trainer. I am not a doctor, right? Anything that you feel like you need to do for yourself, you should probably reach out to your doctor or someone that can give you some great personal advice for you around your own fitness level. But what I wanted to do is kind of put together a channel that could help people in all different aspects. Get people focused on eating better, thinking about their diet differently, being more active. There's a lot of things out there that I think I can help with, and hopefully have some fun doing it with you and help you get motivated. It's been pretty cool the last couple of years for me. In my journey, I was 44 years old. I didn't feel great. There was a couple things that went along in my life that kind of put me there. And for me, it was just, changing my mindset, right? I think a lot of what we're going to talk about over the next few weeks on this journey is how do you change your mindset and how do you get healthier? For me, it took a few different things. I will tell you that a couple things came into play for me a couple of years ago that really made me want to get healthy. One of them was a good friend of mine, telling me that I never looked bigger than I did at a meeting, and it stuck with me. He's a great friend, and I will tell you, if you don't have a friend that's honest with you, you need one in your life, because it will help you get better at what you're trying to do. The other thing was I was shoveling some snow, and it wasn't a lot of snow. It was maybe 6 inches of snow, and man, I was tired. I was beat. I couldn't do it. I was worn out, and my wife's like, "Look, you're gonna have a heart attack." This was January of 2018, right? So that I was 322 pounds. I didn't feel good. I didn't look good. There were a lot of things going on. So I really want to do for this first video is kind of just introduce you to my new channel and tell you what my goals are to try to help make people, help people get better and healthier in their lives. So my first thing I would tell you, if you're thinking about wanting to lose weight and getting started, the first thing you need to ask yourself is your why. Why do you want to lose weight? There's a ton of great reasons to want to lose weight, and I would tell you that you have to have one for you, and it could be several for you, and there's no wrong answer. That's the big thing on this. There's no wrong answer for these. And the first thing I would tell you is, find out why you want to lose weight. It might be a wedding. I have a good friend, we were just talking, she's getting married next year, and I think she's she's not overweight, but she wants to lose a couple of pounds because that's for her. There's nothing wrong with that. The other thing, it could just be, it could be you just want to feel better. You want to feel better, you want your clothes to fit better. For me, there were 3 reasons why I wanted to lose weight. One is I wanted to look better. I wasn't happy with how I looked. I saw some pictures of myself, and I didn't feel that wasn't me. That wasn't the person I knew that I grew up with, and I've struggled with my weight for a good portion of my life, so I said, let's look better. The second thing is I want it to be healthier. I want to wake up and I want to feel good. I don't want my health to affect what I do. When I was 320 pounds, it would affect everything. It would affect, how I'd feel in a day, what I would do on a day off. I would just, sit down on the couch and eat and watch television. I wasn't very active. It would affect us on vacations where I didn't feel well, and maybe I'd eat bad food, and so then I'd have an upset stomach, and we would kind of wreck a day when we go in somewhere and spending money and trying to have fun. So there were a lot of things that went into that. And the last one is when I was younger, I was pretty athletic, and as I got older, I struggled to be athletic anymore. I didn't want to do that anymore, right? That wasn't really what my goal was. My goal was to want to be athletic and talk about and be able to do things that I'd done before, right? Maybe play basketball or, get to ride my bike again. Over the next few weeks, you'll hear me talk a lot about cycling. I've fallen in love with it, and it's become a real passion of mine. So you'll hear me talk a lot about that too. So just kind of thinking about those things on what's your why. That's going to be the first thing you want to think about. The second thing is, what kind of diet do you want to do? I'm going to clue you in on a secret that I think you know already, and everyone should know. All diets work. If you stick to it, it will work. I've tried multiple different diets. When I first started trying to lose weight, my first thing I gave up was soda. and right away I lost weight. I would drink a lot of soda. I'd have 4 Cokes a day. It was that caffeine, it kept me going. At 3 o'clock I'd have that crash, I'd grab another soda. That kept me going for a long time. What I realized is I didn't need it anymore. And once I got rid of it, I actually felt more even. I felt better. I had a little bit of tough time with the caffeine headaches at first, but once those went away, my body was more evened out. I felt better about what I was trying to do, and it just helped. I've tried a bunch of different diets. I've tried keto. I've tried intermittent fasting. Like, they all work. It's just can you maintain them for a lifetime? We're going to talk about that in the next step. Is it a lifetime thing you're able to maintain? What I would say for me is I've now been doing Weight Watchers since January of this year, and it's been incredibly helpful for me. I started losing weight about 2.5 years ago. I got really into working out, and I'll talk about activity in just a second. But as I was building this, what I found was the diet was my biggest struggle, right? I eat a lot at night. I love snacks. I think a lot of us do, right? Look, it's great. You're hungry. It's 10 o'clock at night. You want to grab something. It's just kind of human nature. I wasn't able to maintain the keto or the intermittent fasting. It just wasn't something that could work for me. Weight Watchers has been helpful because it lets me have an app, right? And we all have our phones, and we're able to do that. So for me, I looked at it, hey, Weight Watchers is going to help me get to where I need to get to. I can enter my food in every day. It's going to help support it. But understand, all diets work. It's just a matter of can you stick with it. And that comes to my next point. Think about it as a lifestyle change. One of the things that my coach at Weight Watchers tells me all the time is you don't have a cheat day. You're okay to eat whatever you want. There's no such thing as a cheat day. That's what you're eating that day. And that's okay. Some days you're gonna have pizza. You might be hungry. You might want a burger. Are there better ways to do it? Sure. And you can find better and healthier things to eat. But I would say, as you're thinking about what you're trying to do, think about what that lifestyle you want to maintain is. I'm a car guy. You'll probably see me talk about my cars at different points in times in this channel. We might be out there by the Jeep one day going on a hike, or we might take the Corvette out somewhere if we're going out for a walk, or to take the bike somewhere. But the reality is, all the stuff we're talking about, it has to be a lifestyle change. Like, you have to decide today that you want to do something different with your life. And if you decide to do that, awesome. You're going to have this great journey. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. You're going to be super empowered. People are going to be shocked when they see you again. It's amazing for me that, I started out at a 48-inch waist in a size 3XL shirt, and now I'm wearing a larger and extra large shirt and a 36-inch waist. I haven't been that weight since I was in my early 20s, just getting out of the military. So the lifestyle change makes a huge difference, and it matters to me, right? So I was pretty excited about that. The other thing we want to talk about is just being active. This is a hard one for a lot of people, because a lot of people have a lot of reasons why they can't be active. Sometimes it's just you don't feel good. You don't want to hurt yourself, like you're nervous. You don't like the gym. My wife hates the gym. And by the way, I'm super proud of my wife too. You'll probably see her on some of these videos. She's been doing Weight Watchers with me. She's down about 40 pounds. She's on her journey. And she's got her own challenges, right? Some health challenges like a lot of us do. And she's done great work, and she's found ways to be more active, and also be involved with being healthier and eating better. So I would say, again, as you start to think about what these look like and what the journeys are, how do you be more active? How do you start to challenge yourself every day? If you can only do a mile, do a mile, right? Get out and do a mile every day. But think about it. In a month from now, and you've done those miles, you've done 30 miles. That's awesome. You're in such a much better place physically than you were if you hadn't done that. So think about ways that you can find ways to get out and be more active. I know for me, when I started this journey, I would go work out at the gym, and I would get in there and I would do maybe 30 minutes on the treadmill or 30 minutes on the elliptical, and I would be just dead tired, and I'd be sweating, and I'd be worn out. But it was okay. That was part of the journey I needed to get to. So what I found as I've gone through time, I've just become significantly more active, to the point where now I work out 2 to 3 hours every day, and I love it. And a lot of people go, how do you find the time to work out 2 to 3 hours every day? Honestly, it's important to me. If something's important to you, you're going to find the time. I bet you every single person that's going to watch this video has found some time to binge watch a TV show, right? You found a show you loved, you got on Netflix, and you watched it all in one weekend. Great, you should do that. You got to have that time to enjoy for yourself. But for me, the activity is what I do now. That's kind of my binge time. I work and I work a lot, right? I have a job that requires me to work, between 45 and 55 hours a week. I have a wife, I have 2 dogs. You'll see my puppies along these videos along the way. We'll talk about how you can incorporate those into your workouts and maybe an easy workout day and being active. But, every day I find a way to find that time for myself. So instead of getting up at 7, I get up at 6:30. And at 7 o'clock, I'm out the door and I do a 2-mile walk. As soon as I'm done eating dinner at night, instead of sitting down and watching television, I jump on my bicycle and I do 11 to 15 miles, right? It's a way for me to get myself motivated. Then at the end of the night, I get that time after my bike ride. My wife and I get an hour together and we get to kind of just talk about the day. I grab another half an hour to an hour to get another walk. So I get another, let's call it 1.5 miles to 4 miles in to do some of that work. So pretty cool to be able to do some of that, but just think about ways to be active. The other thing that's great about being active is it's great for your mental health. The fact that I have time every day to find ways for myself to get in and just be in my own space and think about what I want to do has been incredibly helpful for me. So I'm pretty excited about that. And again, you'll find that activity, once you start to do it, it's addictive. And it's a great thing to be addicted to, right? You're going to get out there and you're going to find time for yourself. You're going to feel better. It's just going to be awesome. The last thing I want to talk about is just, this is for you guys to be true. Don't lie to yourself, and then don't underestimate yourself. This is a big struggle for a lot of people. A lot of people struggle with the fact that, if you had a bad week or if you had a bad day, you ate too much. I'm going to be honest with you, this has been a tough week for me. For whatever reason, I've kind of gotten into this, I've been snacking this week. I'm not sure my weigh-in's going to look like tomorrow. Since January 27th, I've lost weight every week. I've lost 75 pounds, in the last 5 months or so. And tomorrow is my weigh-in. I think I did a good job today. I got a lot of workouts in. I've got about 15 hours of exercise and activity in this week. But there were some nights that were there that weren't great. There were some days I just didn't eat the way I should have. That's okay. It's a lifetime journey for me, and I'm excited to invite you along with it. As you see, hopefully the next few weeks I get down to about 185 pounds and finish my journey. And and I have longer goals than that. My wife and I will be married 20 years next year, and we're going on a cruise to the Mediterranean. And I haven't had abs before, and I'd like to have abs on the cruise, and I'm not ashamed to say that, and it should be fun, and so we're working towards that. The last thing is, don't underestimate yourself. That's the thing I see a lot of people do. When I'm at the gym and somebody's working out and they're 10 or 15 minutes in and they've just given up on themselves. They're tired. I get it. We're all tired. It's challenging. But think about ways to challenge yourself differently. This isn't to brag, but I'll just share a story from me that was pretty cool that, kind of changed how I thought about stuff. Not too long ago, I wanted to do my first, let's say, 20-mile bike ride. I hadn't done it before. I had done some 10-mile rides, and, I was regularly riding 5 to 7 miles, but I wanted to do a 20-mile ride. And I was nervous. 20 miles just seemed like such a long time to me, a long distance. And it is, right? That first 20-mile ride took me about 1 hour and 50 minutes. Wasn't a great pace, but I did that about 7 weeks ago. In the time since then, because I challenged myself to be better and stronger, I've done several more 20-mile rides. I think I've done 8 more. I've gotten my time down to under 1.5 hours, which was pretty exciting for me. I just did that this week. I've done a couple of 30-mile rides, and I found a way to challenge myself to a 50-mile ride, which is pretty cool. So it was pretty cool to challenge myself to just think differently. That's kind of the whys and, what we need to do. And those are the few things I would just say if you're thinking about getting onto this fitness or health journey that you want to go after. Challenge yourself differently. Be honest with yourself. Find a diet that works, think of it as a lifestyle, and figure out your why. If you do all those things and you get active, you're gonna lose weight and you're gonna feel amazing. In the future, here's what my goal is for this channel. I want to be able to share things with you around fitness, motivation, different ways to look at, ways of working out, maybe making some recommendation around fitness trackers or bicycles and accessories. Even just, helping you find the right running shoes or walking shoes, hiking shoes. My wife laughs because, I have a lot of shoes. I'm a shoe guy. I have a lot of sneakers. I do wear different ones for different activities. Some are better for walking longer distances. Some I like better for short distances. Some are a little bit more springier, so they feel better. And some I like to use when I ride my bike. I have a pair of hiking shoes. I love to go hiking. So there's a lot of different things in this journey that'll help you kind of discover. The other cool thing is I love to cook. We're in my kitchen right now. I don't spend a lot of time in here in the summertime. More during the daylight hours. I'll show you guys my setup outside, where I love to cook. I've got 2 Weber charcoal grills. I have 2 smokers. I have a sous vide. I just like to cook, and there's so many cool things you can do with healthy food. Whether it's finding ways to make things that you love healthier, like maybe a healthy cheeseburger, versus one that might cost you a lot more points, or it's just finding ways to eat things that are just healthier for you. Tonight we had some grilled haddock with some Greek seasoning and some asparagus, right? It was a delicious meal. It was, super healthy, and in the Weight Watchers points, it was, I think I used 6 or 7 points for my whole dinner, which was great. I felt great. The food was healthy, so we just felt really good about it. So I look forward to seeing all of you. Hopefully I can help you in your journey in fitness and health and weight loss. Like I said, I don't know everything. I've learned a lot of cool stuff over the years from a lot of people that have helped me. I hope one day, we get this channel big enough, I can get some of them to do some of the videos with me and share some of it with you. But I just really look forward to sharing this with you. My goal will be to get videos out to you, 2 or 3 times a week. Like I said, around simple workouts, fitness, motivation, definitely talking about some